What is up, you guys? Happy Monday. Welcome back from your weekend and welcome back to the Health and Healing series. Probably hear I am a little bit sick, so please bear with me for this video this week. I thought it would be a great idea to take you all on a little bit of a grocery trip with me. Now that I am back from the majority of my travels, I severely need to re-up my pantry and my fridge. Come to the grocery store with me, kind of see how I finesse a little bit when it comes to the prices of things, kind of like what I have learned, and also kind of my grocery trip strategy. And then, of course, I always do have stuff on hand, so I want to also go over my pantry essentials. So things that I usually buy in bulk, and I always have in the pantry. These items I will order before I run out, so I'm never running out of them because they're things I use every single day or when I make my big batches of seitan. Before we get into my grocery trip / pantry essentials though, big tip is when you're buying in bulk, go to places that you can weigh out the foods and put them in bags, because that is a lot cheaper than buying some kind of like packaged brand. So I go to a place called Winco. I don't know if they have them on the East Coast or the Midwest regions. I know that they have them along the West Coast and in like Idaho and Arizona, obviously. So whatever kind of grocery store you have like that, where there's like barrels and then you pop it into a bag and weigh it, that's always going to be cheaper than if you were to buy something that's already pre-packaged from a brand. And then when it comes to produce, and I will go over this very soon, but finding like there's usually an area where things are about to expire, buying those up and eating those within 2 days, and then buying more to kind of like go afterwards, because that's going to save you actually quite a bit of money. So without further ado, let's go hit the grocery store. So my first tip for those of you who don't have a lot of time is go to the section where fruits and veggies are already pre-cut. I do want to make note though that these are going to be more expensive, as that fajita mix was about $4, and if you were to just buy bell peppers, you could probably get the same amount for half the price. My next hack is going to where it says reduced, because these are things that typically are going to expire within the next couple of days, so they need to get it off of the shelves. So these mushrooms are already cut, $2, $1.30. And if you look at the counterpart of a non-reduced one, it's actually an entire $1 and then some more expensive. So it's no surprise avocados are super expensive, but when you go to the smaller avocados, they're actually 59 cents, and comparing them, they're really not too much different in size. So to be honest with you, I'm not a chef. I don't know the difference in the taste of different onions, but I did want to point out here that the sale onions are actually more expensive than the jumbo yellow onions. So I just go for whatever is cheapest. This is probably my favorite grocery hack. I first go where the single kind of like leftover ones are and pick out more ripe ones. And then I go and I look over at the bunches and I grab some that are more green. That way I have some now and some in a few days. Okay, my people, rice cakes, the prices have been insane. Literally just pick the store brand ones and it's going to be an insane amount cheaper. I think there's a 1 carb difference, but honestly worth it. Okay, so here is just a quick little overview of my grocery haul. So I like to also shop by meals. So for my breakfasts, I've been doing like this tofu scramble thing. So I got green onions,
my different like greens mix. I like to do more than just spinach just so I can vary my micronutrients. Avocado will be on the side. I'll have some baby bellas that are already chopped up to save me some time, zucchini, and then my dinners have been like a seitan fajita type thing with baked cauliflower on the side. So bell peppers, onion, and then I get a lot of cauliflower because honestly, like one of these will be eaten in 2 days. I got my peanut butter, I have my vegan honey, my rice cakes, the peanut butter chips, just because I do like to have something fun with my foods. And then I haven't bought this in a while, but I wanted to kind of play around with it and see what kind of little recipes I can make with it besides just protein muffins. So I will keep you updated on that. My stevia, my bananas of different levels of ripeness, and then I am kind of coming off of being sick, so I've been doing a lot of tea with like a slice of lemon in it. So there she is. So in this first cabinet, I have all of my supplements. So you see my vitamins, greens, creatine, all of my pre-workouts. These are going to be my EIAs behind the greens, and then my multiple proteins. I do have a baggie that's just left over from my travels. So I always have my supplements fully stocked. I have like a little back stock area in that corner, just so that I never run out and I'm never in a situation where I'm getting low, since I do order all of my supplements online. And then in my kind of like grab and go little cabinet, I always have Brahmi beans. I have bigger packs, and then in this little white box is kind of like a 1 serving size. Each one's like 30 grams of lupini beans, as like more of like a grab and go. Lots and lots of rice cakes as any true bodybuilder. I have 2 different kinds of vegan honeys back there, right over there. And then I have my protein pancake mix, which I absolutely need to grab more of. I have 2 different kinds of baking chips. So I have peanut butter and then chocolate, depending on my mood. Pastas. This guy, which is literally a life hack. This is Hearts of Palm pasta. This is lasagna sheets, but I actually have many different kinds. So I have like angel hair and linguine and stuff like that. I'm actually going to do a post about that soon, because when I tell you that these macros are literally a life hack, they're amazing. Bonza chickpea pasta. I always have some kind of form of that. Again, I have powdered peanut butter as well as regular peanut butter. And then in the back, oh my gosh, if it'll focus, I have different types of rice and grains and carbs. I have some pretzels and veggie sticks back there. Seaweed. So in the back is just little quick grab and go snacks if I need it. This cabinet is all of like my baking essentials. So nutritional yeast and oats are always going to be on hand. This big bag I just got from Winco. It's like a place where you can buy stuff in bulk. So like the Anthony's Vital Wheat gluten is like $8 a bag, and it will make like maybe 2 batches of seitan for me, whereas this entire baggie will probably get me, oh my gosh, like 2 or 3 batches, and it's definitely not $8. It's like quite a bit cheaper. I have that protein muffin mix that I've been putting to make cookie dough, actually. Cacao powder, different types of beans, artichoke hearts. This is another thing I've just been like craving lately. So great for a snack, great to throw in some kind of pasta. I always have chia seeds, and then I do need to re-up on my oat flour and my hemp seeds, but those are also really great sources of protein. And then up here, just more baking things. So I always have extra of what I need in order to bake. Whenever I have some kind of craving, I try to find a way to make it macro friendly. And then looking at my fridge, this is usually a lot more organized, but I have a ton of different vegetables. A lot of it is already prepped. I'm like in the middle of chopping it up, but onions and bell peppers are in the middle that you can see already chopped up. I have some zucchini that's already chopped up. Life hack, put lemon in any type of Tupperware with like zucchini or apples or anything. Even squirting some lemon juice in there is great. It keeps it fresh. I have my green onions, mushrooms, and greens. And then in this one, it's more just like protein backstock. So I have all of my seitan that has been thawed. This is like my silken tofu, an apple that I've been chopping up, Greek yogurt, backstock of extra tofu since I already have some going. And then over here, I keep my peanut butter in the fridge just to keep it cool. Different sauces on the bottom, and then kind of just like various sauces. I am a sauce queen, so I always have 1,000,001 different types of sauces. My best, most favorite one, as you all know, is, oh my gosh, my sugar-free barbecue sauce. I always have sugar-free barbecue sauce because when does life not call for barbecue sauce? And I think this tastes pretty good. I have found that like the sweet spot is actually 20 to 25 grams of this guy, not the serving size, which is 30, because I find that when you get closer to that 30, you start being able to taste that it's sugar-free. But that's also just based on my food volume. The other one is I love this Skinny Girl sugar-free dressing. The macros, again, are phenomenal. And you can honestly load up on this one. And it's super refreshing. I have no idea what is in this. That is a little bit of a spice kick. But I noticed when I get to the bottom of the jar, whatever's floating in here has some kind of spicy. And I could probably look at the ingredients list and figure it out. But just a heads up, there's a little bit of a kick to this one, surprisingly enough. And of course, as any good bodybuilder, I have lots of different spices. My favorite ones right now are always my pizza, sprinkle seasoning, and umami from Trader Joe's, as well as my cinnamon toast Cinnadust. I put this with basically anything sweet. And if I'm not looking for something too sweet, cinnamon is amazing. It tastes phenomenal. It always just like enhances the flavor, I think. Also, I've noticed that when I use cinnamon in certain recipes, I'm more satiated and not as hungry afterwards. So that's definitely a big hack. And finally, just my oils and whatnot. I always have like my liquid smoke when I'm making savory things. I try not to use too much because I know it is a carcinogen, but just a tiny little bit. I have my spray oil that I use, honestly, way more. As you can see, I've like literally never used this canola oil. I think I've had it for months now. And then my salt and pepper. I like my little crack ones. I just do like one crack always. Garlic salt, big fan of that one. A little bit of agave for sweetening, and then coconut oils. So those are kind of like my pantry staples.
Okay, so once again, thank you so much for bearing with me as I am literally so ill. I have been sick for like 10 days straight now. So hopefully I am healthy soon so I can get out some more fun content for you, but I hope you learned a thing or two with my grocery trip and pantry essentials. I hope you are all having an amazing January and you are still sticking to those goals that you set weeks ago. I know for me, my caffeine goal is going really, really well. I have gone days without any caffeine. I think there's only been 1 or 2 days so far this January that I've had like a pre-workout and a coffee, because I've been like not even doing coffee, just pre-workout on my workout days and just coffee or nothing at all on my rest days, and it has been great. I have been feeling like I have way more energy, which is awesome. So that is it for this week. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode, and I will see you all next week. Bye.